Right, Land Rover Defender, that one there. You've got the luggage space at the back, and some people put luggage in it, and other people put animals in there. There's a lot of people saying you should better get a sheep in a Defender. Apparently it's a thing. Don't know why, but I think it's to do with farming history and dead sheep as well, apparently. Anyway, we'll gloss over that. But whatever you've got in the back, if you're braking or off-roading or doing something, you don't always want it to join you in the front. Apparently you're not allowed to put children in there. That's in the instructions. So, right. So you various options to put some guards. Now we did do a video on this one. It was a quick one. George helped me with that. And you can put this net, and we've used this, and when we went camping that was great because it stopped all our stuff from, and it also means you can actually stack the car higher because you can sort of ram it against the thing, and brilliant. There you go. So and that clips on these two little, and we couldn't work these out, and I will show you in a minute because I've gone to the great expense, and it was great expense, of actually buying this top housing to try and work out how these bizarre shaped clips should sort of work. Right. Okay, so that's one option. The net. Advantages of the net, Tyler, you can see through it. It doesn't obscure your rear view. It's lightweight, good. It does the job. It is okay. It's relatively, you can fold it up if you don't want it in. If you want the full open experience, you can just chuck it to the side. It's compact. We like it. It's good. It was a little pricey though. I got to be careful. I don't want to upset anyone, but it's it was like £140 or something. It was like, oh. So there we go. Right, but nicely made and all right. And we'll touch base on that, and we'll see how that works in a minute. And there are a series of solid guards, and we've bought one of these off someone on eBay who was selling their car or doing something, and they offered it to us for a reasonable price. So we bought that, and I thought, well, I'll do the fitting instruction and we'll look how this one works. And you can get these. This one's like just the top half guard, and I guess we've got to work out which way round it goes, Tyler. It would look possibly that way. So basically you've got these brackets at the bottom that are going to hold it in, and then you've got these little bits at the top. But whether it goes, it could go the other way. I think it might go the other way because it's got these little labels on. We've learned something, haven't we, Tyler?
It must follow the back of the seats, mustn't it? The lean.
The lean, yeah, I think it goes this way. But basically this is saying, look, you can't put people behind one of these cages, apparently, Tyler. I think that's what it's saying. And it says sort of advertisement thing. Sorry. So there you go. So you're not allowed to put people behind a cage. Right. So we're going to look at how this fits in and how this bolts in. It's relatively easy, and hopefully it will help someone. So the instructions are online, and we will put a link in the description to the instructions for doing this. There's one that goes down and gives a full thing, and there's also a partition you can have off sideways. So I guess if you've got two dogs in the back and they fight, you can separate them. Or your dog on one side, your cat on the other. I don't know. However people do their animal division. Stay. Right. So what you have to do, right, so when you buy the kit, you get a series of fittings. This is one of them, and basically what they're going to do is replace the tie downs in the rear. We're going to put this in, and then the tie down gets fitted in here. So you have your tie down, and then this is going to be your bracket. But they also give you these, which you don't really need unless you've got one of those tricky sets of luggage rails. So you will notice here, we got enough light on that side. Yeah. We don't have the aluminium strip here, because if you have the aluminium strip, you can slide these rails, these tie hooks, wherever you want. But we've always managed with the fixed ones. And these fittings here, apparently if you've got that slideriness, you can use these as two little sliders and stuff. So we don't need those. That's for showing you later. Right, don't need that. Right, so we have to remove the screws. Right, let me jump in and do this. I think that side's better illuminated, Tyler. Oh, you put the suspension up.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Previously, yeah.
Right. So we have got a 6mm hex drive. Let me pull that out. And so this has got like a complex shape on the bottom with that pin that sticks out there. And I think if you grab me that fitting, Tyler, I think we'll see how that works. So I think what we do is, thank you, that is gonna fit in there after we've got that on. Oh yeah, look, that nests neatly. So that we'll still retain the tie down, and hopefully that bolt, yeah, that bolt is going to fit in to there. Hopefully he's got somewhere where he can go, because he's a bit long there, isn't he? Right, so that's how that works. So this one goes in. Now, is it going to work is it foolproof? Let's hope so, eh, Tyler? So we can have it that way, or I'll have to check the instructions, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's going to go that way, yeah, because then we'll have the tie down facing us. Right, so we'll put that in there. Have they used the same? Gosh, that's a monster screw, isn't it, Tyler?
Yeah.
That is monstrous. That's longer than the one that came out, isn't it? Ah, different size. Right, foiled. Right, so yes, they have made it a different size to the original. So, and we've just double checked the instructions. So yeah, your thumb turny bit goes closer to the back of the seat. So. It looks like it's bottomed out, Tyler. It's all gone wrong. That's gone weird on me. Whatever's under there is not having it. There's something under there and it's not. Right, let's investigate. Right, we've just taken this plastic panel off, and indeed there is a little bit of a problem here, because as we've tightened it's sort of got a load of this foam block that's under it, and it's all got stuck in the threads and it's not tightening properly. So if I just loosen that again, let's see if I can loosen it without. It's the foam. It's just this little foam block they've put in here for noise and vibration. It's sort of got caught in the. It doesn't look like it's chewed it up much, does it? But I think it was definitely doing something weird, wasn't it?
I can see that all.
Yeah, I think that's just where it's rammed in there. So you may have to just watch where that is located. I'll ram it down a bit. All right, let's try one more time and see if it will go in correctly this time. Right then. That's all right. Yeah, and that goes solid. So if it goes weird and thingy, it's because the thread is trying to twist it. I think it digs into the foam and then it's trying to twist that whole foam block round. So yeah, watch that. And that probably is, I mean, that screw is way longer than it needs to be. I can feel like 10 threads coming out the bottom there, Tyler. You can hear it on my fingers.
Yeah.
So I think, obviously, it wouldn't be quite that much through, but it would be about that. So I think it probably overdone that bolt and hitting the foam. Right, let's get that back together. Right. Now you want to, it's a bit odd because you can rotate this, and as you're tightening it, it tends to twist it a bit, but we'll go with it fairly square there. Then what you do is you get your strap. Obviously you've got that little prong there, so you've got to get it that way round. But, I did check this one, there was enough length for this one. Now we just did the other side over there, didn't we, Tyler?
Yeah.
And Tyler did that, and you didn't have any problem with foam binding, did you? You were straight in. Put it down to low skill on my part, Tyler. Right. Yeah, because this is where these are a better design, because this peg here stops this rotating as you tighten that. It's a shame that this fixture wasn't designed with a similar peg, isn't it, Tyler? Because that would have stopped that twisting. Now, the twisting may come into our advantage. We'll have a look whether we need to twist them to get it to line up in a minute. Right, so what that's given us is we've retained our original tow eye strap thing, whatever you want to call it. And now we've got these additional fixings now to go in here. So we've got that one fitted. So we'll just fit the tow eye back in over there. And then we'll come back, and then we've got to have a go at getting that whole guard in. Now, they're saying that if you've got second 3 rows of seats. This row apparently slides forward a bit, Tyler, and you can come in through the door. And the instructions handily say, if you haven't got 3rd row seat and then your rear seats don't slide forward, you've got to go in through the tailgate as illustrated. And I couldn't see an illustration, but I think we'll work it out. But I have a feeling it might be a bit of a puzzle. We'll have a go. Right, let's have a go. See if we can. I feel like I'm building a ship in a glass bottle here, Tyler. I'm not sure, but let's have a look. Shove it in. Right, now, obviously the first thing we've got to do is we've got these little hooks that go into those little eyelets in the top. But let's have a look. Right, are we in even yet? Is this ever going to work, Tyler? This is getting complicated. Whoa. Let's have a look. Let me have a look. That's right, you. Let me come the other side. I can come the far side of it first. Yeah. And then come back. Right, we
can come back a bit.
You can come back a bit, can you? Oh, yep. Hold on, you're the wrong side of that catch now, Tyler. Right? You need to get the right side of that eye. That's it. Right. Right, so we're both the right side of the eye at the bottom now, yeah?
I'm in at the top. I'm getting a very good video here. But
You're in at the top. How do you manage that? Well, I'm not in at the top.
I've probably scuffed the other. Can I shove it in?
Let me have a look. Maybe I can I do some... Oh, hold on. Oh, that's a manoeuvre in it, Tyler.
Oh.
That's the manoeuvre. Look, you got that?
Yeah.
Right, and then am I in there? Right, I'm in there, and now... Ooh,
Should be able to sort of...
hold on. Can you have a look, Tyler? I've got the light in my eyes now.
You're in.
Right, I'm in.
Easy.
Right, and then that sort of swings. There you go.
Not too bad.
Well, that sort of... Apart from that one at the top. See, I still don't get these clips at the top, Tyler. Because they're not really doing anything. And this was the issue I had with that other thing. They're sort of clever, but they're sort of not doing anything. I mean, because we've got... Let's bolt these in. I've got the... So this is going to bolt in here. Am I overcomplicating all these things, Tyler?
Well, I think you... probably should have a higher standard.
Right, let's have a look. So we've got that in. Right, and it's... The bit I don't get is how that top, maybe the seats sort of give it some support. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right, let me investigate this some more. Let me check I've got all these in fully, because at the moment that's a bit weird. Right, I'm breaking the rules. I'm in here with the cage, Tyler. How tempting is it to shut that door on me, Tyler?
Right.
And no, this is an interesting point, Tyler, because we had that van here, and someone said that lovely van we had that was totally high spec'd up. Did you see that video? Yeah. Someone said, well, how can you get out the back? Because there's no, if you're in the back, is there a release? Now, if you look on the door, Tyler, there's no release, there's no switch. But apparently on the 90 hardtop, where you could lock someone in the back, there is a release switch. Now, I'm not sure if it's here with these switches here for the up-downness, or whether they had something on the back door, and that's something I do want to look at. So if anyone's got a 90 hardtop commercial, let us know where the rear door release is, because now you could get trapped in here when you put this cage in, couldn't you? You could probably try and... Anyway, we digress. Right, so we've got it in at the top. Now, what you seem to do is, there's a funny little shape there, so you've got to get it in right at the front. So we've got it in, and then you tighten it down, and I think it's then supposed to keep it in position. And we've done the same on this side. So this is tight, and you can see there, Tyler, that's firmly in. But the problem you've got now is that's sort of... that's the other thing to note, Tyler. Can you get close to that again? Can you see how that this little peg rotates? So it rotates in this tube. I don't know if you can see that there. Can you see that rotating? So this can rotate.
Yeah.
I'll take it out again in a sec. But the problem I've got is with all that in, if I just pull it here, it's pulled out of that side, And it does, that one actually, to be fair, that one's staying in. But that one is coming out and wobbling. I'll have a look a bit further. Right, we've just taken it out, but yeah. So these pins do rotate, which I guess gives it a degree of self-alignment, and the other one's the same. And what they must bank on you doing is getting it over that slot where it goes over and jumps in, and then it's relying on tension that this pulls down and that can't zip out. But that's the sort of mechanism that they're relying on. Right, so that's how to sort of fit that. Right, I wanted to show you something else that I've come up with. Put that there. I think vibration could be a problem on that. Let me know. Have you got it fitted? Does it work smooth? We have come up with this fitting now. So here we go. So this is, you can better see the shape of this. So what obviously it's trying to do is the pin goes in and you go over that hump, and then it's relying on the downward tension to stop it jumping over that little bump in the middle. I've come up with an idea for a hook that you could use to put a net on or just hang things from, that goes in here. And the system I come up with is so it's got a coach bolt. If you put the coach bolt in behind here, you can wiggle it in. I'll have to take the bolt all the way off. Okay, and then the bolt goes and goes down into the thinner bit. And then what I've got is this. I've got this made in metal, but this plastic bit, if you get it the right way round, goes in and locates it, and then you can do that up, and this metal bit stops it firing that way. You see that, Tyler? Yeah? And then you can put a hook on the end of there, and that will give you a solid hook point located in to the back, and you can see there it's through there. So we are getting those plates laser cut out of steel. That one's not quite fitting 100%, but you can see the concept there. And then maybe you could hang a net or something on that, because that'll be up in the roof. But it would be good if they could sort of employ a similar system to stop it moving forward. But anyway, we digress. Right, so we've covered that. Right, the last thing I was going to show you was, if I can undo my own ingenious, was how did that original net fit over these, and what was that cunning little design they had there?
Funky, aren't they?
Right, so we've got to make sure we get the right one, Tyler. So this, I believe, is the right hand side of the car, because the scoop is, so if you hold that there, if you emulate that there, right, and then the side with the badge is rearmost, so they're with the logo. So this one is supposed to go in here. Right, so this is spring loaded, so we get this, I've got it now.
Yeah.
So that goes through there and goes over to there. But what does this funky shape do? And I think we could see it best from the back. What it's supposed to do, I think it's supposed to rotate it, and as it goes in, it's sort of supposed to line up, but it doesn't. I think you can. It nearly works, but not quite. Can you see that there? That. Maybe, and let's colour it orange so people can see better, Tyler. Right, I've coloured it orange now, so you can see. There we go. That's the bit there. You can see I've coloured that. So you're supposed to come through, go through there, and then what you're supposed to do is, if you push it really, it sort of latches in. But it's not that strong a latch, but the instructions weren't very clear on it. But you can pull it back again. So it's only, I mean, it wouldn't really hold much, but it does do something. That's what that sort of design is supposed to do. Hope that helps people work that bit out. Right, that's enough nonsense for this video, I think, isn't it, Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, good luck with all that.